See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. Hey, hey. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, 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 I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
I can tell you what it feels like when them problems kicking in. I call it real life. Now I'm feeling trapped. Who can I trust? Second guessing everything. Who can I love? I remember sleeping on the floor, ready for whatever. I was sleeping by the door. I was down bad, didn't want no one to know. I was on my own, didn't have nowhere to go. Everything I seen was a test. I was born to be a soldier, nothing less. This is the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier.
This is the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier.
This is the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
All black is the uniform. Soldier dead and gone, I'm forever pouring liquor for him. Try me on my brothers, and I'll be moving bodies for him. Came up out the struggle and maintained through the storm. Niggas dying for dead presidents, fucking up their residence. White man dirty tricks, they call this shit politics. Vagabonds, and they some natural born lunatics. That what they is. They shut you down when you speaking truth. It black boots when you in the truth. It black boots when you in the truth. This is the life that I chose, nigga.
See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, 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 I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, what's going on, man? Priest Captain Dohar here, standing with Officer Tabawan. We coming from Hollywood, California. Just off the BBC interview, letting everybody know that the I.S.U.P.K is going to take over, man. But check it out, this is what I want you to do, right? Commander YAHANNA just dropped a new YouTube channel. The most controversial man in America, man. Subscribe to his channel, America on Fire, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Shalom.
I told you not to do no sin no more. I guess they acting like they hear me. 90 days I let her fiend for. If this what you want, you best go beast mode. And she said, baby, I know you legit. Baby, I know you legit. She said, man, like you don't even exist. I said, U.P.K made me like this. Bada bing, I popped the least suspect. I start all my crowns, ring and necklace. Do what the men above had taught me. Hey, you say I play too hot, no coffee. I had to change my life like this, yeah. I'm taking life for what it is, yeah. Quit acting blind, you need some lenses. Abiding by the damn scriptures. Hey, I told you not to do no sin no more. I guess they acting like they hear me. 90 days I let her fiend for. If this what you want, you best go beast mode. And she said, baby, I know you legit. Baby, I know you legit. I've been up. Quick to fuck, show me love, I need love. Don't wanna leave me, yeah. I'm mixing up my damn problems. I'm mixing out all of that violence. If you with me, we on that fly shit. To all these worldly bastards round us, I say, I told you not to do no sin no more. I guess they acting like they hear me. 90 days I let a fiend for. If this what you want, you best go be slow. And she said, baby, I know you legit. Baby, I know you legit. She said, me like you don't even exist. And I said, U.P.K made me like this.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, what's going on, man? Priest Captain Gohar here, standing with Officer Tabawan. We coming from Hollywood, California. Just off the BBC interview, letting everybody know that the I.S.U.P.K is going to take over, man. But check it out, this is what I want you to do, right? Commander YAHANNA just dropped a new YouTube channel. The most controversial man in America, man. Subscribe to his channel, America on Fire, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Shalom.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. Shalom, escucha.
Esté atento hoy a la negra vista a las 9 de la noche.
You heard it. La verdad. Shalom.
Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on,
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to vote. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket. Can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, keep on sobbing, got this bitch off the hand, got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. Hey. One way, one way, one way, one way, one way. Coming up on my I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settling? See, you locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause it's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit, lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping, kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, what you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 1
44 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoking, so we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they boss shit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it cost shit. See me, they like, ooh, chemo chopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. I'm on my way. Coming up, I'm about to boss shit.
Send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see, most of them scared to witness. Go on, close your eyes, there's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences, 23 and 1 out. Praying that that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers, my hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses, there's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart, grip my bow tie. Waiting on this war been my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart, grip my bow tie. Living in this war been my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this Ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani. My wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that God flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Lighters in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. It can, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart, grip my bow tie. Waiting on this war been my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light.
I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. One body, one faith, one Lord. Feel like I can take over the world with one sword. 144,000 men on one accord. Not being in this army is something we can't afford. Real niggas across the board, ain't no suckers round us. You was looking for the truth, well that's how you found us. Now it's time to lace your boots up. We got the order from the king, round the troops up. Let's go to war and die defending this nation if we gotta. Ain't no stopping us now. The chosen people of the power, standing strong like a man. Cause in our camp it ain't no cowards. 144 grand, nigga, it's step before dishonor. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. I'm sick and tired of watching niggas get smoked. Work 80 hours a week and then a nigga still broke. Don't let that same nigga try to sell dope. They give him 100 years and then that nigga can't cope. Murder she wrote, they got their foot on our neck. We don't own no damn land, but yet we reppin' our set. Are you prepared for what's next? Babylon is falling, Esau has to fall, so Jacob can get the ball in. Many are called and all, I'm standing tall. I just did a roll call and all my dogs, we all in. 7,000 men who haven't bowed to idols. Remember that we them people they talked about in the Bible. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. Hearing lies on the news and lies from the reverend. I might not be a nigga by the time I get to heaven, man. It's time for the truth. I'm tired of oppression. They won't call me a nigga by the time I get to heaven. Hearing lies on the news and lies from the reverend. I might not be a nigga by the time I get to heaven, man. It's time for the truth. I'm tired of oppression. They won't call me a nigga by the time I get to heaven. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power.
Time, man, shit. Make sure you let these niggas know what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Get on this motherfucker. Let these niggas know what time it is, you understand? We royalty, nigga.
King Ty really one of the realest. I survived drive-bys from them killers. Like I got 9 lives, I got 9 wives. I said fine wine with them bitches. I'm spitting fire bombs in your city. I got like 8 or 9 niggas with me. And we all ready to die in a minute. One West, we the best in the business. I get offended, I fuck niggas spend it. Talking they get it, but niggas is timid. Rappers is softer than linen. Catch me out parking lot pimping. What more could I give them? I've been the hottest forever. Why would I lie about cheddar? I can do better. I just put loyalty first. Royalty coming whenever. Pull off in the Jetta. Curvy, she on me, you sweater. My soul like wearing a sweater in summertime weather. Haters so salty, no pepper. You not that seasoned or clever. I'm with the rebel. Used to pump bass with the treble. Baking a cake in a kettle. I used to cook up the work. Now I just cook with the metal. Gotta keep foot to the pedal. Yeah, let me give it gas on the highway. Let the music blast on the calm day. Break the Glock down into 3 parts. Put the 3 together like my Najee. Sipping like Bombay with my enclave. Got my mom made. Ain't no time waste. No. Eating prime steak with a fine date at a fine place. Getting violated.
Hey, listen. Already told these niggas, you understand? I call up King Ty, he say what's up, I say what's good, my lord. Listen, he like, listen, These niggas ain't ready for none of this. You understand? I said, listen, if the nigga ain't one West, he ain't got it on his arm or his chest. I don't give a fuck about the nigga. It's just me and my niggas. We royalty, yeah.
I got the hammer, you running, man. Come through your window like rubber man. Snapping your neck like a rubber band. Talking my jaw like the sun is saying. He told me murder you rappers. Uppercut sending you vertical actors. Y'all got me coming with verbal attackers. I might attack you type physical too. So y'all be rhyming the way y'all be shining. I'm blinding these rappers like Mr. Magoo. These haters miserable, we indivisible. Look at these haters like they got no clue. They hold up ones in them W's. Really, bro, don't get too comfortable. If you ain't cut from the cloth, co-signed by the boss, then we do not fuck with you. Cause you wouldn't last here. I told you the same shit last year.
Already told.
Keep talking that trash, I have a car, come kick your ass in.
Already know.
Your jaw like glassware. We pull up, not rocking no mask there. Don't care if you spot us, you know how you got us. It's over, you saying your last prayer.
Go ahead.
Salakia. Yeah, man. Let me see if we get this thing here right. Waiting on, who's that? I think that's Kapash to come on through. I think Kahan coming on through.
All right.
But for now, you have me on that fact, so you'll have to make use of that. You understand? For now, you have me on that fact, so you make use of that. And that's that. If you're ain't happy with that, I don't care. Yeah, be good.
Hey, Shalom, Marawanyam, Captains.
They're running rocket behind there. It's like this macho there. Yeah, man.
God. You always know a lot about fatherhood stuff, Captain. I'll be watching your classes. You break it down. Anything with a kid, you break it down.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What's that crying out? It's not. That's countless counselors out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so
man, I should have given a t-shirt.
Say again?
I said I should have given a t-shirt organized too, man. Salakia. Damn.
Oh yeah.
I can't
listen,
see it.
Y'all know what's going on.
Go ahead.
Real good.
Yeah, get that t-shirt on. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I got chairs. Got chairs. Yes. you know the cartoon Mexicans got boots. Mexicans got on boots. Israelites got I.S.U.P.K got theirs. That's
Everybody talking about the chairs, but that alternative lifestyle, Nate living, nobody want responding to that BS.
Nah, nobody want to say nothing about that thing.
Yeah, they want to say nothing about that.
God. You could, if you could, what you brought up, that's real heavy, Cap, because I don't see them breaking down the Jordan Morgan situation.
Nope.
Like, I didn't even see them do it like okay, this is what happened from our point of view, and this is our, their stance on it. This is what we think about it. They really on the NDA stuff, like they acting like it don't exist. Like, we don't know. I never heard nobody say that.
Yeah.
They ain't, you know what I mean? They ain't with the salt, man.
Yep.
They ain't with that class smashed together.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we had a class where a sister came to our class, we let them drive home with a member of our school. Imagine that. Like, they come to our class and they need a ride home. We say, this brother right here, take you home. And he goes to take you home, and then she come up missing. You sent her with that man.
Exactly.
Who the one that even approved her to ride with him? Like, all that stuff need to be explained and looked into and found out. Like, what qualified this man to take her home, take a student from your school home, and then the student wound up missing, and the person you sent them with murdered them, raped them, and murdered them. Like, that would be, if anything similar, not even that, anything similar to that happened in the I.S.U.P.K, we wouldn't allow that.
Hell no.
Exactly. It wouldn't even be a question.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be a question.
Yeah, like, it's just, for just being in the I.S.U.P.K and knowing real leadership and knowing real men who are held accountable for their actions, to have a whole school out there in the UK and let that happen, and who was held accountable for that? You know, who vetted that guy in the school, in their building, in their church? You know, so, and like I said, and then they got the NDAs where they can't talk about nothing, and they ain't supposed to talk about nothing. So they just sitting around. You sit next to the guy who let the murder in. He let the murderer in. You sitting with him, and what? Y'all can't talk about it. Y'all can't just. God.
Yeah, Salaki. I just saying that too. I try to remember if Jim Jones do that to his congregation too, where they couldn't talk about shit. Excuse me, my language. But they couldn't talk about nothing.
I think you're right. I think you're right, Cap. I think you're right.
Yeah, they couldn't talk about anything. And I think it was a congressman and a few other people came, and
and the congressman ended up getting shot.
Yeah, he ended up getting killed because one of the members went and talked, and he was going back to give a report.
He tried to leave the reservation, and he didn't make it back to the plane on time, and get popped. Goes the weasel.
Yeah. So they could go ahead and play around with that, man. We gonna continue to do the work. You know? And the El Paso, you know what I mean, them brothers, you know what I mean, get them brothers a hand for real. Them, I mean, that's work. You're worried about chair. We go feed people and we go wake Israel up.
God, and if I could, El Paso was hours away. I looked it up. Is hours away from Houston and in Dallas and where the brothers was at, in the San Antonio. That thing was I think it's like 8 or 9 hours away. So them brothers went 8 or 9, 10 hours driving, big truck full of goods to relieve our brothers and sisters, you know, way far on the other side of the state. You know, if these churches had 1% of what's in the I.S.U.P.K, our nation wouldn't want or need for nothing.
That's right.
Our nation wouldn't want or need for nothing.
Yeah, that's them right there, man. That's them.
I think they drove through the night. No, they drove through the day. I think 2 a.m.
That's them getting ready outside the Houston school. You know what I mean? That's them getting straight outside the Houston school and loading up.
Boy, oh boy. Yep. Yeah, Kappa. There's one other thing before we jump into it too. I said, you know, me shout out to that brother in Jamaica, K1. He interviewed a brother. I don't know if you hear about the story in Jamaica where a brother found a baby being eaten by ants, basically, in the dump, and he interviewed that brother. You know what I mean? It goes to show, you know what I mean, that black men, you know what I mean, it's you know what I mean, it's what they did to our image, you know what I mean, is totally wrong. You understand? We care about babies. You know what I mean? And not even, you know what I mean, that wasn't even his child. And he saved that child. You know what I mean, from dying.
This is the brother who say how he wanted to adopt the little girl, right?
Yes, and they don't want to give him, they don't want to have him adopt the girl. He can't even go see the girl self. That just show how crazy that situation is. The hospital not allowing them to even go in there and see the baby. I mean,
Yeah,
he kind of broken up with it, but you know, I mean, he did what he had to do. That baby lived to see. I mean, Lord will she have a good life.
I seen an interview with him. I don't know if it's the one Kayad one that where the brother say, yo, he have sons already. He ain't have no daughters, and he would adopt the girl. He would adopt it. He said he had a little girl. He said, you know, I'll take her. If nobody ain't want her, I'll take her.
Yeah,
man.
I think that's one, but Kayad one have the video out there. He put it up last night with the interview. I mean, so you know, big up to him, and you know, I mean, good work on that brother who in the world, you know, what I mean, and saved that baby life. You know what I mean,
damn right.
Yeah.
It's lucky. Shalom Yahweh Shemish Bakthum.
Hey, Shalom Yahweh Shemish
Y'all was talking about. I heard y'all was talking about the NDAs in the beginning of the show, huh? The non-disclosure agreements.
Not the NBA, but the NDA.
Okay. The non-disclosure. Well, you know, some people break non-disclosure agreements, Captain. Some people break non-disclosure agreements. You know, and everybody don't always keep their agreement. I'll just put it like that. And the UPK, we got proof of a lot of things. We got evidence of a lot of things. You know, every sister in the IUIC ain't you know, they ain't lawyers you think they are. I'll just leave it at that. Calvin Shock, stay tuned. I'm gonna hit you behind. If you don't mind, I just want, you know, I just want to send a shout out to all the sisters out there who are being abused, who are being lied to behind the purple veil, and being told that their husband only have one wife when they really don't. Well, we're gonna go into something tonight. If I can, Captain Shock, I'll hit you behind the scenes. I want everybody to pay clear attention to this tonight, because Commander John YAHANNA is so merciful that he has kept a lot of these information from getting out. Well, with permission, I'm going to get you behind the scenes, Captain Shock, and see if I get the green light. If I get the green light, I'm about to go nuclear tonight.
Red light, green light. It's gonna be a problem.
Putin and Zelensky want nothing with you. You have it.
Come on, man. We playing chess out here. We don't play checkers. You understand? We don't play check. We don't play checkers out here. You understand? You love women. Well, we gonna see how much you love women tonight. I yield.
Listen, I mean, at this point, they're supposed to already know this ain't even the hornet's nest. This is just something you should have just kept moving. And it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be downhill from you. That's about all I could say. You know, there's nothing I could do. I'd have fallen on my face like how Moses fell on his face, because he knew what coming next. Yeah, man. So And anytime you're ready to send those receipts, Kahan, just send the receipts. We deal with that.
Come.
We got the receipts. So you know what I mean. And this here is the video now that I was talking about that Kayad one did in Jamaica. You could go check it out. I.S.U.P.K. Jamaica. This was the brother who found the baby in the
trash,
the
basically. Yeah.
Right. That's kind of, I don't want to say it's common or normal, but that's something that happens more than it should. That's the best way I could say it. More than it should, especially in the Caribbean. I imagine throughout the 12 tribes, you know what I mean? It's, poverty and oppression, of course, you going for any escape you can, whether it's alcohol. And in most cases, for most black and Hispanic people, it comes with sex, and sex brings babies. But it is used as a temporary escape from the oppression, and then somebody find out, somebody really come to the reality that they don't want the child or whatever, and they do whatever, leave the child somewhere, bring the baby to the UPK. That's what you should do. Don't let the baby get bitten up with ants and all of that. You know what I mean? This brother here was he's the one who found it. I'm gonna play that little piece. I think this is the original interview I saw where he
human being, because what is not going to give what they by his life, man. Nobody couldn't really get much. Everything record fine stuff. I give quiet.
Baby look weak.
Nah,
baby look
strong.
Strong.
Even handsome and bite her, she's strong.
Was there any bruise or anything on the baby?
No.
No.
Only the ants. There's
Ants.
a lot of
There was a
black man with the ants sleep on her.
So where the ants that come from? Right? Yes, right here.
What's around meat?
Oh.
And the blood. Full up.
So ants swarm the baby.
Swarm the baby, man. Bite up her face and go away.
That's a healthy baby right there.
Yeah.
That's the sad part of it. The answer.
Go from here. What is your plan for this? How you plan to, keep up with this child? What is your plan?
I'm very interested. My little sister posted a poster, and people were ready to help, So same time I start to look on her future, and I don't get ended.
It's starting to chop up a little bit. I think that's what he went on. He wouldn't mind taking maybe him. You know what I mean?
And it's going to be so evil that now you have people who trying to push abortion, because in Jamaica, abortion is illegal, right? But they do, I think in the Caribbean on the whole, it's illegal. Trinidad, it's illegal too. You can't just go, get an abortion just like that. You got to be behind closed doors. And now, more than likely, they're going to try to use this to push that abortion. Whereas they might, try to say that this girl didn't want the baby. And if she had an option to abort the baby, this child wouldn't have to come into the world and suffer like this. Man, to hell with all that trash. We're going to come into this world, suffer, and we're going to build this, we're going to build this nation. And that could be a chance.
Come on, God. And if I could, Salak, I didn't mean to cut you off. Adwan, what you've done, Salak?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, and that's such a scripted, one-sided argument, a setup argument. To start an argument to say, oh, well, if we had legal abortions, this wouldn't have happened. If our people wasn't oppressed and spoiled evermore, this wouldn't have happened.
That's
if
right.
our people wasn't pushed in a corner, if we wasn't in slavery 400 years, a lot of this stuff wouldn't have happened. So to try to skew the argument straight at the end, well, what about all the things before, all the problems before that's going on? If the drugs you wasn't bringing to the Caribbean, then this wouldn't have happened. If the guns you wasn't bringing to the Caribbean, then this wouldn't have happened. Like, it's bigger than any of that. It's a whole societal problem. Like how Cam Kahan always brings out, which is heavy. They try to blame a 18-year-old for a 50, 60-year-old problem. Like there's bigger problems that's causing these things, these ills on society, which is what you're seeing. You know, you seeing these things. These are a symptom of a societal problem. The problem we have with poverty, the problem we have of our leadership lacking in the black community, in black society, in Caribbean society. Our leadership is lacking out there. Thank God for the I.S.U.P.K bringing real leadership and to show the world what real leadership looks like. But leadership is what's lacking all across the board. Well, it's just our people.
Yeah, it's more that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? More that gonna happen. Like, you know, if I could get Deuteronomy 28 and 50, 54. If I could get that real quick. You know what I mean? Like more of that gonna happen as things progress in this, you know, in the youth. You know what I mean?
Come on. Go ahead and read it, sir.
Yes, it's started at 56. So out there.
Come on, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter.
Right. See, that woman who tender and delicate, her eye is going to be evil towards her husband, towards her son, and towards her daughter. And once again, to abandon a little girl, you know, got to be hours old, because that the brother said the ants is all over that navel area where that umbilical cord is. You know, that's you know, that's the curses. That's, you know, the biblical prophecy, the curses, the conditions we would be living in the last days. That's what would happen, because we disobey the Lord. You know, you're gonna see marvelous things that our people will do and have to suffer and experience as the rest of this world implodes and falls on itself. You know what I mean? Because everybody gonna start fending for themselves now. Everybody's gonna start seeing after their own people, and we would not have place when that starts, or when it reaches a head. Let me put it like that. When it reaches a point or a climax, or better words. Once it reaches a peak or a head, we're not gonna have a place, you know, in that, you know, in their society, because everybody gonna be turning back to their own. You're gonna see more of this thing happening, more like amazing shit that gonna make you just be like, what the hell just happened? You know what I mean? Keep reading.
And toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet.
And towards who?
And toward her young one.
And towards her young one. Towards her young one. You know what I mean? That's what we see. Towards her young one that would come out from between her feet. And that's what just happened. That's what we just witnessed there. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children, which she shall bear. For she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates.
You understand? So all this is our life. You know what I mean? Our life, the oppression and the poverty we live in. It'll make us do some really mind-blowing things, some amazing things as a people. You know what I mean? It'll make you be like, damn, how, you know, why? How is this happening? It's happening because we the 12 tribes. We God's chosen people. You know what I mean? And this what the life we live is like the fallout from being under, you know, under these nations, from being in oppression. You know what I mean? So So I'm definitely want to bring that up. So yeah, I mean, back Saturday night, holding it down. Give me where you all want to start. There's a few good stories in there tonight. You know what I mean? Where you all want to start to take it from? Hello? You all saying hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, Salaki, I can hear you.
Yeah,
I
we
was
can
just
hear
checking
you.
out the story. I was looking at the stories again.
Hold on, I think I should start in a freeze again.
Nah, you wasn't freezing. I just couldn't click nothing, but I could hear you the whole time. I don't know if anybody else.
Okay, most high in Christ then. Most high in Christ. That'll work.
You can start with number 10 if you want. That's with the with that slave. We could just touch on that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, before we hit number 10, right? That that one I think is number 4 or 6. The one with the doctor who gave the abortion to the 10-year-old girl. I think it probably might be in line with this one. I mean, I still say she claimed she did it. I think this was all
number
in the
4.
politics of this was in the politics of this was all in the politics of we call this thing retaliation against Roe versus Wade from the Republican. You know what I mean? I remember when the story broke and the stuff they they were saying.
Slug, go ahead, read it, sir.
So if somebody could pull it, please.
Kawakan, sir. Indiana reprimands doctor who spoke publicly about providing 10-year-olds abortion. A state medical board is reprimanding an Indiana doctor who drew national attention after speaking publicly about providing an abortion for a 10-year-old rape victim from Ohio. Dr. Caitlin Bernard was called before Indiana's medical licensing board after the state's Republican Attorney General filed a complaint. A majority of board members found that she had violated privacy laws by speaking about the case and voted to fine her $3,000 in addition to the reprimand. Excuse me. At Thursday's hearing, Bernard said she spoke out about the case to inform the public about the impact of state abortion laws taking effect across the U.S., triggered by the Supreme Court decision overturning Roe versus Wade last June.
Right.
I think,
so if I could, right, I think she was one of the doctors that came out to corroborate it, right? But okay, when you look at it, there's very little proof that this thing actually did exist. They really they came in with saying rape victim, young girl, and what about her and what about her. They always use that. They damn near recreated what's the woman name? The woman from the case. What's her name? The Roe v. Wade case. They damn near recreated the thing where they used her in the monumental abortion case, right? And come to find out, she lied about a whole lot of it. You understand? And it's the same thing, they're following the same pattern with the report about this 10-year-old girl who did just as soon as the court case came with Roe v. Wade. All of a sudden, this 10-year-old girl who was a rape victim, whose identity had to be kept secret, and XYZ, and they couldn't tell you who, what, where, why, or how.
Salaki.
Right? No. Go ahead.
Norma McCovey. The woman for Roe versus Wade, Norma McCovey.
That's the one who they used, and they gave her the fake name for the case.
Yeah, Jane Doe. Jane Roe. Sorry.
Right. That's who it was. Right. And she came out later and talked about how the whole thing was a paid setup and a lie. And she halfway through she didn't want to do it. And they forced her to do it. You know what I mean? For their political agenda. You understand? They force them to do it for their political agenda. And, you know, this one here seems to be the same thing. The only thing is that whatever it is with this 10-year-old girl, ain't nobody could, you know, seen or heard anything about some 10-year-old girl. You know what I mean? If I could, let me just play the interview with Jay and Rowe. Anybody who else want to look it up, you can find a whole ton of documentaries with her online. And you know, she's confessing like they all do, right? After they done live a life, you know, enjoying it. This is what she said.
Of course. I was the big fish. I was the big fish.
Do you think they would say that you used them?
Well, I think it was a mutual thing. You know, I took their money and they put me out in front of the cameras and told me what to say, and that's what I'd say. Wow. I took their money and they put me out in front of the cameras and told me what to say. That's what I'd say.
Give me an example of what you'd say.
We've gathered here today to pay homage to the children that are being aborted in this abortuary. We're doing this because abortion is wrong. And I, as the former Jane Roe of Roe versus Wade, do regret signing the affidavit for the pro-abortion camps. That was probably about it.
It was all an act.
Yeah. I did it well, too. I am a good actress. Of course, I'm not acting now. I did it well, too.
Like, look at it. They can't believe they get played by the devil. They can't believe they get played by the devil, but that's, you know, that's them. So when you hear this case again about this 10-year-old girl from Indiana that went to Ohio, you know, you gotta kind of take it with a pinch of salt. You know what I mean? It's very, very convenient. You get a young girl who, you know, you have the typical case that they would present, which is a rape case of a young girl, and what she's supposed to do, have the baby. You know what I mean? So that's what they have her now, like having to explain it. That's the best way I could say. Having to explain it. You know what I mean?
And Salaki, if I could, it's another example of the oppressor being the what's his Bible call him, the most subtle beast of the field. Like, he's staging this argument that this girl was this happened to her, so now we have to figure out, can we have everybody have an abortion based on what this girl should do or whatnot? When that's not how you should make any arguments. You shouldn't say, if I have an emergency and I gotta get to the hospital, should we change the speeding laws so everybody can go 100 miles an hour? Because what if there's a situation where I got to get to the hospital and I have to speed to get there on time, or else I'll die? So let's decide the speeding laws to see. That's not how you make laws. You don't make laws from small cases, fringe cases, and extremes. You make laws based on what's best for everybody, for all the people, including the baby. They trying to make the baby not be alive, not be a life. They try to say, "Oh, it's the fetus." Oh, go ahead. I don't want to select.
No, I mean to cut you off, Captain.
No, you good. You good.
It's just so heavy. I think when I hear what you bringing out and how you bring it out, it just makes me think about when the scripture says there is no private interpretation of the law, because that's what you have with these people. We can't have no private interpretation of God's law. God's law is cut and dry. The interpretation of the law of the land is governed by the state. Like you said, 75 miles per hour is 75 miles per hour, the speed limit. Now, what happens when someone says, well, you know what, I believe is really 80. And the other person said, I believe it's 72 or 73. Then what you have lawlessness. And that's what goes on with this system of government. You have different interpretations of the law, and they take a private interpretation and make it broad. And that's what you have with this abortion. They took one incident and they expanded it. They expanded on a macro level. And that you're so right about that, man. That's what goes on in this system, because why? They have loopholes and things they want to push their own agenda.
Yeah.
And that's good too, because I mean, and that's why we go by the Bible, because ain't no way you could open the Bible and the Bible supports abortion. But because that Bible is God's words, you understand? That that is the ultimate, that's how you should live your life. America say what? In God we trust. But they went and made their own Bible, which is called their Constitution. And there are tons of loopholes in it, and they're finding, the oppressors finding loopholes in it to do whatever they want to do. You understand? It shows you, America does not trust in God. Because if they trust in God, they will go by the Bible. You understand? Right. And they clearly see in the Bible that it does not support abortion. You know what I mean? It's totally against abortion.
If I may, sir. So, and they set up the way it is, man, they play stupid, because how you gonna be a scientist who can take a microscope, put a sample of whatever the hell of water, let's just say a drop of water, on a piece of glass, put it up on the microscope, and can see life, but a human in the form of a cell that's not living. What all it takes is 9 months later for it to be fully formed. But from the point of when conception happens, so that is not life. It's not a living person. And this devil, like, he plays stupid. He know that that's life. He know that that's a person that's about to be born 9 months later. But because he thinks he's God, he thinks he's better than God. He thinks he has the power to do whatever the hell he wants in his own pride. You know what I mean? Right. And can I give you two sets of numbers, Captain? I'm right here looking at just this year alone, right? And I'm gonna give you three sets of numbers. Let me give you the first one. Since 1973, since the Roe v. Wade case, thus far, 64,809,691 abortions since Roe v. Wade.
Right.
And of those, through the Planned Parenthood, you have 175,393.1. All right. And black babies alone, since 73, 19,442,907. So those numbers spell out the one thing, that this is targeted towards a minority group, and particularly the children of Israel, blacks and Latinos. But we're just talking just the black babies, and we're not even including Latinos based off of these statistics. This year alone, this year alone, 2,265, right? That's what we're in the month of May, according to their calendar.
Right.
That's a small city of babies. That's a small city of people right there. Small little town of people. 2,000 people. 2,000 population. 2,200 gone, and it's not even 6 months. It's amazing.
They would call that like an epidemic or some kind of If that was babies dying by some other means, they would call that some sort of epidemic that's taking the lives of children. You get the point? I mean to cut you. Go ahead,
No, go ahead, Kev. I land.
No, that's it. That's what we're gonna say. You know what I mean? Those are heavy numbers right there for sure.
Don, and this ain't something new either. If I could, this ain't something new either, because look what Pharaoh was doing in ancient Egypt. What did he say? I will kill all the firstborn, all the males of the children of Israel. This ain't new. People don't understand. This is Egypt all over again. Like it's more to this. There's tons of agendas behind abortion. All black leaders should be against abortions, because about half of the agendas behind abortion, about more than half of them is based on destroying black society. It's based on destroying black people, Hispanic people, and Native American people. Half the money going into supporting this abortion is to try to make sure there's not no more of us. There's not no more Captain Mashaks. There's not no more Captain Ayathoks and Captain Kahans and Captain Mashas and Kazakhs. That's you think they're really worried about the children. You think they're not worried about the children. They're worried about them growing up into men.
Right.
Growing up into men. Because the oppressor, guess what? His abortion numbers ain't like ours. His abortion, he's got fertility clinics where they trying to make sure to have more children. So you can best believe there's more to this. There's money behind it. Of the cells, they're selling the cells on the markets. They selling the cells to universities for experiments. Who the hell knows? They could have a whole cloning. They could be cloning black people in a damn vat somewhere. All type of scientific experiments that they're trying to use the tissue from the abortion. That's big money. I don't know. You like Commander YAHANNA always say, this is Frankenstein out here, because it's big money to get the body parts of these babies. So you remember that when you thinking about, oh, what happens if a 10-year-old girl happens here and she travels across state and who don't know what she going? It's not about that. Remember the tissues and the cells that they selling all over this world, selling them for all types of money. You remember that? Remember that they destroying the poor, eating the poor. So we dealing with a lot more than what they saying.
Unnecessarily too. Like they're doing it unnecessarily, where there's no reason for it. You know what I mean? There's no reason for it at all. You know what I mean? There's nothing they could do or say to say, like, these children are, you know, if these children will infect the world with some kind of, you know, bubonic plague, so you had to get rid of them. There's nothing, you know, for it. You get the point. There's no reason for it. They're just doing it because, once again, we in a position where there's no way to fight back. You know what I mean? Let me play this this clip from Biden. This was right after the Roe v. Wade verdict last year, and they was coming up against the overturning of Roe v. Wade, and this is the same 10-year-old argument, the rape victim. So listen to the whole propaganda.
Just last week, it was reported that a 10-year-old girl was a rape victim in Ohio. 10 years old. And she was forced to have to travel out of the state to Indiana to seek to terminate the presidency and maybe save her life. That's last part is my judgment. 10 years old. 10 years old. Raped, 6 weeks pregnant, already traumatized, was forced to travel to another state. Imagine being that little girl. I'm serious. Just imagine being that little girl, 10 years old.
See?
If I could, Captain, right? So there was more concern for that, but no concern for the sister who had to breastfeed a child through a gate. No concern about if you want to talk about rape. Well, what about the raping of Latino coaches and what America did with their economic hitmen and raping people of life, raping people and of dignity, you know? But he want to come up on a platform to make you sympathize with this 10-year-old child. Now the rape, if it's so, I don't know to the extent of, but if there was rape involved, well, that's wrong. But the point is, how you gonna be such a hypocrite and try to mush up people's or play people's heartstrings when you've committed the worst rape ever in history? When you've been a cultural incester, you know?
Listen, I'll go your one foot eyes. Every time they've used a white woman in rape, it's been a lie. It's been to further their agenda. It's to further some motive. And we see it with Jane Roe. We see it right there with Jane Roe. We see it with the broad who lied on Emmett Hill. What's her name again? Because that was her name?
Carolyn Bryant, sir.
Carolyn Bryant. We see it with Carolyn Bryant. We see it with all of that. So now because of what they said initially, right? Because of what they said initially, now the doctor who allegedly performed the abortion, now she's under fire because they're saying, first they were saying she didn't report the rape to the relevant authorities, right? Then they came back and said that she did. Now they're saying, well, it's a breach of privacy that she told that this was even a rape case. It's like they're kind of trying to skewer her slowly to try to prove that this whole thing didn't even happen. You know what I mean?
And if I could add one thing to it, if Joe Biden cares so much about rape victims, he would persecute all the UN soldiers who are reported of raping 10-year-old girls in Haiti and impregnating girls in Haiti. What about that scandal? Why don't you he acting? That's why I laugh, because he Hollywood. He's Hollywood up there. The 10-year-old girl is raped while you sitting there sending millions of dollars to the UN, and they got a whole base of molesting girls in countries all over the world. I ain't see you bring that out. I ain't see you talk about that. I ain't see you make no task force to go persecute them.
Right.
So don't fall for the theatrics of these damn politicians, man. They don't give a damn about none of that. They don't care about nobody. All they care about is themselves and the agendas they got to push. They don't care about people being raped. They know people being raped and girls being raped, and they don't give a damn about that. You know, so because he's supporting organizations that's doing the raping, i.e. the United Nations, and they trying to go back over there to Haiti again. When you went over there the first time, you ain't helped no bit then. How you go there and then leave and it's worse off than when you came?
Right.
So these politicians, they like Captain Mashak said, they all got this lined up. They got the whole script lined up, ready to feed it to the people, and he just pull up the script. They tell him how to behave, and he pours it on you. Don't believe nothing they say. All right. All we know is what the Lord said: to be fruitful and multiply, to thou shalt not kill. Where the scripture says where it said in the Apocrypha that they merciless murderers of babies, of the innocent. You understand? Remember that. That's all. That's what we got. That's real. That's true.
I'm gonna go your one further, Kevin. Like the Lord, just remember too, for anybody who's looking, the UPK, this is universal practical knowledge. It's practical, right? If it is now that you want to uphold Roe v. Wade over one 10-year-old girl who you say had life-threatening things and you were a rape victim, that's fine. The vast majority of women who have abortions is not rape victim. That's number one. rape victims. These are women who willingly go have sex and just don't want the baby, right? Now, in a case where the baby is threatening the woman's life, whether she's 10 years old or 20 years old, an abortion is allowed because now that becomes self-defense. Because now this baby is attacking the woman's life. The baby, as the baby tries to live, this woman has to die. In a case like that, under God's law, that's fine to have that procedure for that case. But now, if you go and you willingly lay down with somebody and you get the repercussions of sex, which is a baby, you have to keep that baby according to God's law. Now, if this place was righteous, it would recognize that and still have a provision for a 10-year-old girl who may have been raped and became pregnant. But now to overturn the whole thing, now that, as I say, how much thousands since the beginning of the year, Ash?
1 second, sir. It's thus far this year, it's let me see.
2,000 something.
I think he said 200 or something.
2,200 something. 2,285.6.
2,225.6, and that's in one small city, right? That's in one small city from the beginning of the year. You would make a law that allows over 2,000 babies to be aborted because now on top of that, nobody, I know you ain't gonna be able to find it, but let's see the statistic of 10-year-old girls who are raped and pregnant, and let's see if 2,000 of them there, or if this is a small percentage, very small percentage, that you opening a wide gate for now, just to accommodate this one small percentage. It's ridiculous.
Right. And Slacky, it is really they're trying to push their agenda. You understand? They're trying to, appease women, just like your Christian church. You know what I mean? Right. Because women want that power to, over the, so-called body. You understand what I'm saying? But it's just to appease them. They're pushing their agenda. And you want to listen to a president who don't even how to acknowledge one of his granddaughters. I don't know if you all heard about that. Hunter went and slept with a I think is a stripper and got her pregnant. And now they have to bring him to court. He in the White House hiding from judgment with his father. Tell the judge he went to Ireland and slept on a cut act because he broke. He had no money. You understand? And his father all in on it. You understand? He has a grandchild that he doesn't want to own up to. So now you understand why he's trying to push abortion.
Joe probably wish he aborted Hunter. Joe probably wish he had pulled the plug on a Hunter early in the game. We wouldn't have no computer. We had to deal with none of this shit. Hunter looked like Hunter halfway remind me of George Bush, of George W. Bush. He halfway remind me of W. Bush because W. Bush was just, Bush Sr. did not even want him to be president. He wanted the other one. Is Jeb?
Jeb, yeah, I think it's Jeb.
Jeb was the one. He was the one. George W., he getting high, the cocaine, dodging the draft. He's just, drunk. He fool me once, to shame on you. Fool me twice, you can't fool me again. Hunter Biden is that. He reminds me of that type of just fraternity white boy, just, drink. They're all over the place. Go ahead, Slaki. Who say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, instead of drink with Hunter, snort.
Line upon line.
Yeah, little. Oh boy, that's what's going on with Joe. Joe fighting for the abortion because Hunter should have aborted you long ago. Long ago, man. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean.
So like I said,
go ahead,
if I may, right? So like as you played that video, right? And like I said, he was pulling the heartstrings of America, right? And trying to sympathize with what damage they doing to these children. But there's a compilation of him that I don't know if you saw the link of him fondling kids on live TV. I put it right there if you want to check it out.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
All right, come on, slide in.
Slide in here.
Maggie, do you want to come over?
And then look at the children's face as it goes along, sir.
Listen, and his wife called the little girl over. I don't know if you peeped that. The little girl staying far. She looking. He's still looking over the little girl all here. He's in the her direction.
Come on, slide
then his wife calls her over.
Maggie, do you want to come over here?
No, she don't
Come
want to
on,
come over
make
there.
it look better.
Look how he put her in. She have a scary smile, though. God damn.
Thank you.
You got to look up at the center photographer up top.
Thank you. Thank you.
God damn.
He can't help himself.
God damn.
That's
All right, nice to see
that's
you.
the Dalai Lama.
Man, that's
See you
crazy.
back home, I hope. Okay.
That's crazy. Is there more?
Hi.
Yes, sir. There's a compilation.
Hey, Corey, good to see you.
That's true. Hold on, he pulled it.
Wow. Yes. And the little girl was pulling it back.
He asked her, how old are you? 11 years old. 1 year older than the little girl who was raped. 10.
Freaky ass name.
Hey, handsome. How do you? How you doing?
He's laughing.
You're so lucky. Congratulations. Would you want your daughter to hold the Bible? You jump in the middle, Angel. You come right on this side of mommy. You come over here. That's it. Keep going. You're standing right next to me.
She don't want to be next to me.
There you
God damn.
Daddy, put his left hand in the Bible if you can. If you can.
Look how close
touched her
he is.
shoulder.
Yeah, look how close he got to her.
Hey, man. Here we go. You ready?
That man ain't shit as a father. That man ain't shit as a father. Excuse my language. If he ain't cutting and be like, nah, you stay on this side. I'll stand next to you, Biden. Like, damn.
Do you solemnly swear they will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies?
And some people missed it. He touched her shoulder already.
That you will bear true
Or her
faith and
neck,
allegiance
by her
to the
neck.
same. That you take this obligation
Yo,
freely
she
without any
is
mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
uncomfortable.
That you will well and faithfully discharge the
He's having fun. Thank you, sir.
He fondling her behind him.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
What a beautiful thing. That's how old my children are.
I seen her face. She was making facial expressions like,
Come on, slide
"What are you
across.
touching me?"
Get everybody in.
I think this is shoulder touch.
Which way is?
Pull her. Look at him pulling her again.
Okay.
Hand up on his shoulder. Then hand down on his waist.
What the hell is
Like, he ain't missing her. This man don't
creepy
miss.
job, eh?
Look where he got the hand at. Like that's his wife. Come on, man.
You want to look up the photographer up top? There it is.
Like, that's not your daughter, Joe Biden. What are you touching on her like that?
Jessica Thumb said he's had a child. He had took a shot with a 16-year-old daughter.
Let Joe
Like Kovalamov, so like it.
He smelly little girl here.
Good night.
As soon as the picture done, he into it.
It's honest.
He can't help himself,
Of
man.
course I would.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Caroline. How are you? How old are you? 18. 18. Now, you all sisters?
That's all he care about. How old are they?
Uncle Joe.
Listen, that's amazing, brother. That's amazing.
I seen some other ones too. Salaki.
General said he took a shower with his 16-year-old daughter. Damn. Man.
Oppressors, come on, answer. Say something. Do you all take showers with your 16-year-old daughters? Come on. I know your oppressors looking.
Hey, Captain, and he had a lot of nerve to echo the sentiment of black people are super predators, right? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, this is what I'm seeing here. These girls, these last group of girls that came up, notice he ain't yank nobody, he ain't pull nobody, he have his hand around her.
Wow, you're on her waist.
He's way less aggressive with the more older women than he is with the children, the kids. I don't know if you're seeing that, how he pulled the girl in, pull her, yank, whisper, you know what I mean? He ain't do none of that with these women here, which means he really loved the kinder. Let's see what he gonna do here with this one.
Got $5. He want sniffer.
He's what they call a chicken hawk.
Okay, got some more family people. Come on in.
No, what the hell wrong with it? Like,
oh, he's attacking the little one.
Yep.
He putting his hand on the little one.
He faking it, like talking to you, but doing that.
Hey, man, what's your name?
He ain't really messed with the older one. Yeah, I don't know if you see that. He ain't really messed with the older one. He only really touching and pulling the young ones. That is crazy.
Hi, Maggie.
Yo, Salaki. Damn.
And he ain't pulling he ain't trying to pull the young boys on them next to him to take a picture at all, eh?
Nah, for what?
Yeah, that's why they got rid of that Bernstein guy or that guy on that island.
Yep.
Weinstein. No, Weinstein.
Epstein.
Epstein.
Yeah, they got rid of him real quick.
Yeah, they say he had receipts on a ton of people. That man had a ton of people in the pocket. He had the FBI dude in the pocket. He had the FBI. No, not the FBI. It was it's Bill Gates and all two he had. He had Bill Gates paying for his tuition for
Clinton.
college.
Yeah, Clinton in the receipts on Clinton. Receipts on a whole ton of celebrities.
Yeah. So like about Kapash, you was gonna say something?
Kind of lost it for a sec.
Salaki.
Sweat. I mean, we could move on. We eating up the time on this one here, but once again, our people, we had to come out of America because we dropping our babies at the side of the road, and if we do try to keep the baby, they try to abort the baby before, like we in dire straits. You know what I mean? So, time to come out of her. You know what I mean? What's that story you had pulled before?
I think that's the one with the Brazilian and them with the simulator, the slave simulator.
Yeah, please, let's go ahead and get it.
And the reason why I'm saying that too is because you know what I mean, like we really living in a time where with black people, Israel think that there's an expiry date on racism. You understand? And the reason why I say that too, I don't know if you hear about the story. There's a big story out there in Spain where with Viscus, with the Brazilian player, Viscus Jr., where he went to play a game, I think it was a week ago, and the basically almost the whole stadium they say was saying mono, and you know, calling it monkey in Spanish. You understand? And that, you know what I mean, and they didn't want to do anything about it. He ended up getting a red card, and then he put a statement out. I don't know if you can get that statement and see what he said. You understand? And to show you, you know what I mean, we think, you know what I mean, that we're making all this money for them, that they're going to somehow, you know what I mean, like us. When that ain't the case. I mean, you make millions for the so-called oppressor. He still doesn't like you. He look at you like a cow, like one of them cows that he sells and make money. You know what I mean? As long as he making money for him, he happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this the player here. This brother here, if you can see the cursor, he's a Brazilian player, young brother. He's one of the top Brazilian players in the world. And in, you know, in his position and everything like that. In the game, the fans of the opposing team, the fans in a city called Valencia started calling him monkey. According to FIFA rules, you can't do that. You know, the fan could get banned for life. They'll sanction the team, fine them a few $100,000. But now, after the incident, as he's protesting, one of the Valencia players put him in a full-out headlock, a rear naked choker. A full-out rear naked choke, and he's trying to get away, and you know, hits the player. The referee sends him off. This is right after they calling him monkey. Referee sends him off. Now, of course, since then there was a whole international outcry about how wrong they treated him. So the league, the Spanish league, they decided not to uphold the red card, which means he would miss the next game. They said he could go ahead and play. They're not going to do it. They're trying to make all these concessions now where everybody, you know, we stand with you, Vinicius, we stand with you, Vinny, no racism. But it's all really talk. The racism could never go away. The sport is built on racism. You know, it's built on. So now this story with the app is so fitting because once again, it's, you know, the racism creates a market. There's plenty economic gain to get from racism or having a space for racism. So I don't know if Zach, you able to pull it?
Kawaka, I got it right here, sir.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Kawaka. Google removes slavery simulator game from store following a wave of criticism in Brazil. A game entitled Slavery Simulator, where players can buy and sell enslaved Black characters, has been taken down from Google's App Store after widespread criticism from Brazilian social media users. The app, developed by Magnus Games, was launched on Google Play Store on April 20th and was downloaded more than 1,000 times before it was removed on Wednesday, according to a statement.
I want to make an app called I.S.U.P.K. And it involves a simulation of me baking somebody in an oven. Like, this is really insensitive. I don't understand it.
Right.
Absolutely. And this image here is the friendly image. There's another image. Let me try and pull it up. Yeah, I mean, let me try and pull it up so you can see exactly what people would see. Go ahead, keep reading that.
Kawaka. On Wednesday, Brazil's public prosecutor's office opened an investigation into why the game was made available on the Play Store in the first place, it said in a statement. Prosecutors requested specific information about the game from Google, adding a great number of racist comments were also identified in the Google platform. Within the game,
That's what you would see within the game. The whole backdrop is Egypt and the Hebrews, and you have your whole your portfolio here. Whoever this player is at the top here, he has 62,000 whatever points. You have 1,400, 144,000. That's so spiritual. You have 144,000 slaves.
Right.
86 guards and 2.63%. And I guess this is technology of the day. The swords and the pitchfork and the fire. That's the technology.
Man, they got us built in Egypt.
Listen, now, I'm trying to tell you. And now you have negotiate here, which means negotiating for these. You're buying here. You're enslaving here. Escravos, you're enslaving. Pesquisa. Now you're putting them into the religion and the politics. The resume, which is, of course, that portfolio. You know what I mean? Like, this is a game of slavery, and they're making it into a game. I want a game where I could bake people. I won't call it Master Baker. Master Baker. How did the rhymes go? Bake me a pie.
The gingerbread man.
Make me a l'chaim, a bar mitzvah man. Pick it and pack it with whatever. That's what I want. Master Baker. That's crazy.
That's a lucky. It's like a game on human. It's like a game on human trafficking. If you want to bring it up to date, like this once again, these things. But what are these things? They showed that slavery still exists. They just putting it in a video game form, and kids are playing and say, "Oh, this much what our ancestors had to deal with. They probably had to deal with this and try to manage the slaves and how to manage this and manage that. This is how they operate." So it just shows you the mindset of these people, the mindset of these games. And listen, it's going AI also, artificial intelligence. They got like racism has went digital.
Right.
For all those that said we overcame, it went digital now. It has transitioned into digital form. So I just want to add that point, Cap. I yield.
Yeah.
If I could, too, Captain, right? So I think in their mind, they thought they can get away with doing this also, because back in the day, you probably might have been a kid, but I remember there was this game called Abe's Odyssey. And in that game, it was about some alien type of slaves. And the way they had them dressed up is the same way that you see this the character of the slave in this video game. I don't know if y'all remember that game called Abe Odyssey. The game was about slaves trying to escape their oppressor.
Yeah,
you know. So I think in their mind they thought, well, we had Abe's Odyssey, we could do this again. You know, that shows you the heartless and careless mentality of our oppressor, not to give a damn about what is he doing. You know.
Yeah. Yep. Any more in the article?
Kawakan, sir. It says prosecutors requested specific information. Within the game, users could exchange, buy, and sell slaves. Images show. Choose one of two objectives at the start of the slave owner simulator: the path of the tyrant or the path of the liberator. Become a wealthy slave owner or achieve the abolition of slavery, the game's description said. In one of the modes offered to players, the game said use slaves for your own enrichment, prevent the abolition of slavery, and accumulate wealth. Throughout the game, Salaki.
Go ahead.
Yes, Salaki, sir. Throughout the game, prompts to users included slave level, the highest the level, the highest the profit the slave will bring. And you need guards. You have slaves, but no one is guarding them. Without guards, the slaves will run away or rebel. Hire some fighters. Usually one guard is enough for 30 slaves. Screenshots of the game show. It's like, if I may, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's like, sir, and okay, for them to even discuss this in the terms of a game, it lets you know they know the reality of what they have benefited from our slavery. They know that in order for them to have accumulated the wealth they accumulated, it was all from slavery. Everything that they have is from slavery. Like everybody wants to act taboo when we bring it up. It's like, you see, y'all always playing the race card, but then when you get in the comfort of your own home, like good old cowards, you kiki and laugh and you make fun of it and you joke around and turn into a game about what happened to us, but we can't even mention it. You understand? When it comes to the real things that happen, but you can turn it into a game. Like they know full well just how much they destroyed our people from slavery, and it's like
right.
It's disgusting. All the wealth they accumulated, it's really just disgusting. So lucky.
And if I could, they never put, like, if you see the 144K, it's a brother with an afro. In video games, they hardly ever try to put black characters, but for them to put especially black characters as the slaves in Egypt it's almost it's basically they're trying to say they're saying something more.
Right.
It's saying something more than just, because I thought when you said a slave game, I thought it was going to talk about like slaves in the South or slaves in the Caribbean or something like that. They went all the way back to ancient Egypt and made the slaves black. Like, but they've always been denying that the Hebrews were black in ancient Egypt. But like the brother said, but when you have a chance to put it in the game, you put it in the game. You put it in front for everybody to see when it's something like this, when you want to try to make fun of it or try to humiliate it. But guess what? The last we always gonna have the last laugh. We're gonna have the last laugh. Because even if we would have put this game out for everybody to see, guess what? It's gonna show that we the real Jews.
Yeah.
It's gonna show we the real Jews. The Jewish man probably gonna try to block this game. Why the Jewish man in here? So it's a lot to it. It's a lot to how they made this game.
Yeah, you absolutely right. It's to a point where, you know, whenever there's time to depict us, they don't want to depict us as who we are. But when it's convenient for them and it's, you know, it's a good black eye for us, it's almost like this is a whole rebuttal to the Kanye West thing, how we was the Hebrews, we was the slaves. Who's the other brother who came up with him just before?
Kyrie Irving, sir. Kyrie
Irving. Talking about who we are. It's almost like it's that. Like, yeah, I'll make a game out of you. I'll make a cartoon out of you. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Yeah, this is totally insensitive. Like to even, you know what I mean, to even to have a game where, you know what I mean, they lay out everything for you. Like, watch this whole layout right here. Like, you know what I mean, it's how to put it, like insensitive. Like, who make this game? They said who make it? Who make this app?
I don't think they actually say, and there's another thing too, Nathan, with the whole critical race theory talk. This game here is empowering the oppressor's sons and daughters. Because while you know the activists and the you know the protesters, the activists, the revolutionaries making statements and TikToks and doing classes and going out on the streets and teaching, whatever it is that is speaking about the slavery that we went through and the oppression, they turn around. This is their answer. So y'all don't want to stop talking about slavery? No problem. I'll make a game. And just like there's games and communities in Fortnite and games and communities in Call of Duty, you best believe there's going to be a game and a community game for slave masters. You know what I mean? And this would even just prove more that they the devil, because I bet you in this game none of these oppressors is choosing to be slave. Black people will play this, but these oppressors, they will play this and be the slave master, the slave trader. But that's who they really are.
Con, I would like to see more screenshots of the game, like more pieces of like what you know.
It's very limited in what they're putting up. It's very limited in what they're putting up. They ain't putting up too much.
And that should let you know. That should let you know Brazil society.
Captain, I got an image.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
Like that whole Brazilian society is not all, you know what I mean, the ones at the top, the elite ones, they're the oppressors. You understand? Like the Viscous Juniors and them. You know what I mean? They're the ones who gonna have to face that type of racism from the oppressor. You know what I mean? Like that is, you know what I mean, that is, you know what I mean, crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And all the icon, Pele was what? Pele was black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Brazil, with all them black people in Brazil, you'll have Russia all over again speaking, you know what I mean, or Spain speaking Portuguese.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. So, you have the image?
It's slowly uploading, so when I get it, I'll just paste it in there.
Yeah, because the game looked like it's trying to be historically accurate. You know, the Egyptian didn't look right. For all you people out there, the Egyptians were not Arabs. They were not Ishmael. The Egyptians didn't. Arabs didn't go into Egypt until way later under the Muhammad and the Ottoman Empire, which is after Christ, which is way later. Before that, it was all Hamites. It was all Africans. So, you know, they got, even with the Cleopatra thing, you know, that was a Greek people coming in at the top society. They wasn't the people. The people of Egypt up until maybe 600 AD or whatnot were all Africans.
That's right.
So for you people out there, so even the Arab Egyptians ain't the real ones.
I'll put a link there, sir.
Listen, it's historically offensive. Kapash. It may not be historically accurate, but the game is historically offensive, though. Yeah, I mean, it is absolute. I want to know what the rating on this game in the Google app is. The game,
I think it was saying like it's 4.0. The game's at 4.0.
Yikes!
Which then, you know, they whoever playing that game is fantasizing about putting black people back into slavery.
So racial role play.
Go ahead.
You say cap now?
Go ahead.
I just want to say it's racial role play. That's what they're doing with these video games. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what they're doing. Same thing they do in our classrooms when they have Black History Month, and they do these little experiments with black kids. They had the white kids put the black kids in chains for Black History Month. Talk about racism.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's racial role play that's going on. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to add that point, Captain.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know what I mean, and to show you how the oppression goes too. I forget the name of it, but there's a documentary, I think, on Netflix where it's showing you like the natives of Brazil, the Israelites who live in the Amazon. They're trying to fight for their place, while the so-called oppressor coming in and cutting down all the trees and trying to encroach on their civilization. There was a point in time where they said they were out there, so they were away from the COVID-19, and then them buggers came there and bring that COVID-19 to them. You know what I mean? Which, you know what I mean, which shows you, you know what I mean, like oppression. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous when it comes to us, and like nobody seems to recognize that black people are being oppressed. Nobody. You know what I mean? This game clearly shows, you know what I mean, that we, you know what I mean, wherever it is, you're Israelite, you're being oppressed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, can I share the image?
Yeah, go ahead, please, Salak.
Yeah, it's sorry. Why do you get that? As a territory, it's on Disney. Sorry about that.
God damn. What the hell is this? Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
I blow my screen up to see this, man.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Ash, you can put it back up. That's wild.
And if I could, more of these video games is basically showing of what's reality. Like when you go into the more Call of Duty games, it'd be America fighting Russia. But what you see also now on the internet, they got this game that's in the Western days. It's called Red Dead Redemption, and it's based in the Western days. And you'll have players be let's say a black guy, or like dress their character up as Django, and they'll show highlights of them going around unaliving oppressors. And then you have oppressors playing the game, and they'll play as like a slave or something, and they'll show the slave dying a whole bunch or getting killed or something like that. So the racial, like how Cam Khan always say, race is in everything. Race is the big card. So race is in the video games more and more and more, and it's getting more racial. Like nowadays in video games, they couldn't play with a black character back in the day when I was growing up. There wasn't no black characters like that.
Yeah.
Nowadays, because the pushback, now they make where you can play, like they got Harry Potter, but you a nigga with dreads, and you and Harry Potter doing magic. You know, so the race ain't gonna go nowhere. All you people talking like, oh, race is gonna go away. We're gonna be post-racial. The Lord said that he divided the nations. The Lord, the one who put every race the way they are. You chose your religion, but God chose your race. So you can't change that. You got to deal with that.
You can't tell them that. They can't tell them that. They're changing the skin, the sex, the everything. They're changing everything. It's saying so. They just touch on these two stories here real quick before the time. Give me number one. Yeah, I mean Kahan. So okay, Kahan, he's having Kahan, you gonna read it out?
Hey, I'm with it. Can you put it on the screen so they know it's real?
Listen, I'm gonna play it on the screen. I'm gonna put it full screen. I'm putting Ultra. 4K Ultra. I'm putting it on the screen.
I just want to just go into this real quick for all our brothers and sisters out there, especially women who are feeling trapped, behind the purple veil, who have signed the NDA, but somehow they understand how the UPK would come get counsel from men who has more than one wife. Men here who have more than one wife, they're seeking counsel because they're being abused in that organization. They're being mistreated in that organization. You understand? There is a lot of secrets going on in that organization that has to come out. You understand? So we're gonna talk about some things tonight. We're gonna talk about some things that happened in the past that because of the school's mercy that we didn't bring out. But because, of course, we in this situation that we find ourselves in with the IUIC, we're gonna bring out how sisters are being abused in the IUIC and calling the I.S.U.P.K for counsel. Exhibit A. Now, let's break this thing all the way down.
Direct your attention to
Direct your attention to the screen. All right, and I want to make this an open invitation for all you sisters in the IUIC that are going through things with your husband in the IUIC. That you can contact your local I.S.U.P.K camp leader and get counsel. Here it is. This is a sister, right? That's married to a brother in that organization named Captain Yadun. He's over IUIC Houston. Can someone read this for me? I'll just break it down as it goes. And this person reached out to the I.S.U.P.K. Oh yes, reached out to Commanding General YAHANNA. And you know what I think about when I read emails like this? I think about Joy Morgan. I think about sisters like her who are in that organization who could have reached out, who really want to reach out to somebody.
Yeah.
We have a shoulder you can cry on.
And Slaki Captain Kahan.
Go
That's
ahead,
so evil, that NDA. If you understand what I'm saying, like we teach our daughters, if somebody do something to run and tell, fight. So if somebody do something to their daughter, what's going to happen? The car talk. You understand what I'm saying? You sisters in there, if if you told that man no and he took it, he raped you.
That's right.
And ain't no NDA gonna save him.
That's right.
You understand? You should come out and talk and say it.
Yeah, right. This sister here, I'm gonna just read it for you. She says, "Shalom. I am seeking proper counsel from the I.S.U.P.K. I wanted to know if I could remarry after being put away unlawfully."
Wow.
Well, hold on now. This is a sister in the IUIC. For those who say that they can only have one wife. So what does that mean to the woman they already slept with? They got to put her away. And you know what the scriptures say about putting a wife away? That you commit adultery. Being put away. Now, it says issues were brought out about Captain Yadun that is over IUIC Houston. You can look him up online. He got videos. Mistreating brothers under his authority. For those who say I.S.U.P.K is unbrotherly, you have dissension among your own ranks in your school. You have all those numbers, but you have brothers abusing brothers. Not in the spirit of brotherhood, mistreating brothers under his authority. He was deranked to an officer until he proved he repented, whatever the hell that supposed to mean. Scroll down if I can't cap. It says issues were brought out against me concerning our marriage. Some statements that I vocally said, and this sister, she's letting us know everything. He says that I was happy that our children, his 3 children and my daughter, meaning that he had 3 and she has a daughter already previously, were gone if they didn't want to keep the commandments, meaning he was going to, I guess, get them out the house.
Right.
He turned it around and said, I was just speaking about his children and my daughter was included. Right? So he says, I purposely didn't cook one night for my husband's son, Truth, because there was a rule set that he should call and tell his dad if he was going to eat at his Sonic job or at our home. So I didn't cook because he didn't call. I complained in general conversation to quote unquote a few sisters. Hold on. So you got women in there that's talking to each other about what's going on. And I'll tell you something else. And I'm going to tell you this as a prophet. There's men in there sleeping with women who are married.
Yep.
Kahan, now you know. I got the video. I got the. I have it.
Come on,
just play it for you after.
Come on, Cal. I mean, listen. We gonna get into surviving I.U.I.C. tonight. You understand? The purple, the red, the crushed velvet behind the purple veil. The veil has been ripped. You should have known with messing with the U.P.K. that these things was gonna come out.
Yep.
And many more things gonna come out when you try to slander the I.S.U.P.K. the priests and prophets of the Lord. So now, reading on, while showing pictures of my past, a picture of my ex was shown. Sisters and I was showing pictures of when we were skinny, and a picture of my ex and I was shown. He later accused me of messing around with him after I explained what happened. He tried to say I was in love with him. He also made me take a paternity test of our first soon, I guess, son, to shame me and twist the truth to make it seem like I was a whore. I stated that I was happy when he was gone because he was verbally and mentally abusive towards me. For those who like to say that the I.S.U.P.K. men are abusive and verbally abusive, well, here you have it. The I.U.I.C. sister saying her husband was mentally and verbally abusive towards her. He would belittle me, yell at me, curse at me, insult me. I walked on eggshells when he was around. I didn't curse at him, call him names, argue with him, etc. I keep the peace because I didn't want to start trouble. You can scroll down, my brother.
Damn.
We just gonna go into this tonight. And let this be a lesson to all you sisters out there. You understand, when you believe that these men out here saying they only can have one wife and they so Christian, they so righteous. That's the Christian church, what you see going on there. Don't be fooled by the soft words. Here we have it right here. A couple of sisters snuck alcoholic drinks, and I was previously told not to drink without asking, but I did this anyway. This is true. So she admitted to that his sisters in there sneaking all kind of alcoholic drinks. Well, they wouldn't supposed to be drinking, I guess.
Yeah, that's
also, go ahead, Cap.
No, that's a Catholic church for real, man. Daddy Blackwing. You know what I mean? Like drinking is an issue. You know what I mean? But
everything is an issue. Yeah, everything is an issue. Taking a deep breath is an issue.
My thing is, if you breaking that laws about the drinking, what else they breaking?
They breaking they breaking every law. They breaking the law of murder, the law of thievery, the law of everything.
They're breaking rear ends. That's what they're breaking. They're breaking rear ends. They're breaking tail, and it's not the tail that normal men break. I mean, let's get a little more because I want to get the two stories before we finish up.
Okay.
Anything good in here you want me to skip to?
Where home? Where we at? We go into hold on. Where's the one about the leadership? You can scroll all the way down.
No, you're this person.
Okay, here you go. Hold on. There we go. Okay, here we go. I never had a chance to tell my side. If leadership knew he had issues with brothers and his wife, it would be really bad for him. So to keep it hidden, he put me away so he can keep his ranking, and he lied on me. He put this sister away and lied on him to keep his rank. What does that tell you what's going on with these people, man? And there's many other stories that's gonna come out. This is just scratching the surface. Once again, this is just scratching the surface right here. You understand? You think that's all we know about you? I just wanted to go into this tonight, Captain.
Listen, I feel it.
I yield.
as we proceed to give you what you need. As we proceed, listen, it's gonna be a hot summer, hot purple summer. That's all I'm saying. City boys up, chair boys, we up, we up one.
Oh shit!
It's going to be a dramatic summer, man. That's all I can say. Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna have a good time at all.
And if I could real quick, they got layers of protection around their bullshit. They got layers and layers. The NDAs really seem like just the beginning. Putting away the wife, that seemed like the second stage. First, okay, if the NDA don't work, then they're gonna put you away. So the rest of the information go out. What else they doing to keep information hidden? I wonder what else.
Killing sisters.
Murder, like Kevin Kahan said, murder. They willing to murder to keep a secret. Everything about secrecy in there. The dude with the dick pics. Come on, man. How much money they needed to keep that a secret? How much rank you had to give out to keep that a secret? Boy, the boys getting rank off them pics. God damn. Boy, the ranked all the way up to chief, elder, deacon to custom picks.
Hey, listen, they're gonna be called the pontificate by the time all this stuff come out. They're gonna be cut. Look, let me tell you something, because all these things are being cut, they gonna come out, man. When you come up against men of the Lord, man, all this stuff gonna come out. These sisters telling all kind of stuff. They trying to keep it hidden because they don't want all the dirt to come out. But I'm gonna tell you something. What they got that what's that women's movement they had?
Me Too.
Me Too. Let me tell you something. When the Me Too movement hit that organization, they done. I'm telling you right now, Joe Morgan is just the surface.
Yeah.
They don't want us to talk about Joe Morgan, but we're gonna continue to keep her memory alive. We're going to keep her memory alive, and we hope you hear Joe Morgan in your sleep. We're gonna keep her memory alive, man, because that sister was murdered.
Yep.
The organization is another Epstein Island situation. All the dirt is going to be spilled out, just like the situation the Epstein Island.
God, if I could, because they do a lot of. I used to see a lot of videos where they have with children. They used to have a lot of videos with children and this and that. So we're gonna see what they doing.
Yeah. It gonna come out to sisters that, you know what I mean, if your man wearing a panty, the NDA, rip the NDA up, man. Come say it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No,
come say something, man.
Look, you sisters, get with other sisters that have something to tell. They can't sue you all. They ain't suing nobody, really. But if 20 of y'all come together and put it out there, y'all be safe. You understand? Y'all get together, you would do what y'all been doing. You know what I'm saying? Breaking the rules anyway. You getting drunk, you know what I'm saying? Drinking when you ain't supposed to. Keep breaking the rules like you've been doing. And tell the truth so people can know what's really happening.
Yeah,
I remember I met.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I remember I met a brother from I.U.I.C. and I think they kicked him out because he was so sad and down. And then I was talking to him, and I could just tell, like, damn, something happened to you. You know, he had the little fringes on his shirt. We was driving, and we pulled over and seen him getting on the bus. And so I said, let's pull over real quick. Holla at that dude. And I talked to him. He was just like, oh no, I can't talk. You know, I'm all right, man. I'm like, yeah, well, you all right? He was just like something. He was like a victim, like something happened to him. He couldn't say because of NDA. But something happened to that brother, man.
Listen, they could tell, or they have two choices. They could tell, or they could decide not to tell, and I'll just find the tape.
That's all.
Right now, you don't listen. We working with Commander and Hannah. I don't develop a skill, brother, and the Lord always puts it in path. And I find things that I don't know why would they do this to themselves, right? This was a class from Thursday. I'll just play a few minutes. Thursday, I was in the UK here. The brothers went through this good breakdown on these fools here. And Gahan, what you saying? How he wouldn't doubt they're all sleeping with each other in there. Let's just take a look at this. Right? Now these men here should be, their faces should be known. Right? That's the imitation Levite on the left.
Imitation Levite.
Actually, I got 3 Levites in DC, and them niggas ain't soft like that. That nigga soft. And this one here is supposed to be a Benjamite, and I know he's conflicted. He don't even look like he wants to be in there no more. He's the one who stood up and said, "I love you," and Nate blushed. I don't know if you all saw that tape. He said, I want to thank Nate for making me a man. And I will say this one time, and don't make me say it again. I love you. And Nate said,
right. Just says the wicked woman search for the precious soul. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about sisters out there in the world. You know, same thing with sisters.
Pull it again from the start. Go ahead.
The scripture says the wicked woman search for the precious soul. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about sisters out there in the world.
Pause. So he said the wicked woman searches for the precious soul. But he said, I'm talking about women out there in the world. Go ahead.
You know, same thing with sisters, you sisters that's in.
Stop that. Stop. He can't even say it. He says same thing like you sisters that's in, because he fed up of the hoeing that's going on in there. He can't say some of you hoes that I would normally talk about in the world is in here. Play it again from the start.
Scripture says the wicked woman search for the precious soul. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about sisters out there in the world. You know, same thing with sisters, you sisters that's in.
You see how his eyebrow?
You sisters that's in the.
And he got the
Right.
Well, shit, I talk about the world, but really they're back there right now needing the Sabbath bread in their own hands. Go ahead.
That's right. You sisters that's in the truth. You know, I know a lot of you all like fight.
It take about 10 seconds to say that shit out. Go ahead.
You sisters that's in the truth. You know, I know. You know, same thing with sisters, you sisters that's in. You sisters that's in the truth. You know, I know a lot of you all like 5-10 guys be trying to talk to some of you sisters when you all leave the house.
Right. How did he know 5-10 guys try to talk to them? Anybody know?
He's one of the 10.
Oh boy, sis on a roll over here, boy. Go ahead.
Some of you all ignore them and keep
the 5
some
brothers,
of you all
5 guys, so like you're in there now.
That's right, is that one. The 5 men, they're in there.
That's
and
right.
they're all coming. They're all going to talk to her, and she go tell on them, and they will tell me the name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You brothers in here who break that 6-month rule, you're very close to them purple fathers. You're very close. The rules in here are made so that we don't end up like them.
Right.
We don't end up like GMS or the Christian church. You hear how much men go ahead and try to talk to the broad? 5 men. Now, nothing wrong with 5 different brothers wanting to go, but what should they do if they're honorable?
Go to the elder and speak to the captains or whatever they call leaders then.
Yeah. Or if it's a sister in the world, you try to go to her father or some brother who has authority over her and express, your intention, because this girl belongs to somebody. But they just treat them like, the whore that sits on many waters. Go ahead.
you sisters when you all leave the house. Some of you all ignore them and keep it moving. Some of you all give in to it and you all commit a dodge.
That I wanted to stop right there. Yeah, no, you gotta go with Mark. Let the cat out the bag. Pull it back. Pull it back a little. Yeah.
Some of you all give in to it.
Right. Pull it back some more. Go ahead.
Man, keep it moving. Some of you all
He said some of y'all keep it moving, and then some of y'all you see that pause? It's guilt. Some of y'all keep it moving, and some of y'all let's hear what the arm is. Go ahead.
Some of you all give in to it, and you all commit a dodge fornication and so forth.
Why you can say just adultery?
Why he had to switch it up like some of y'all commit adult fornication? But there's holes in there. There's some holes in this house. There's some holes in that house. That's right. Go ahead.
Then you all keep it secret. You understand? Some of the sisters, they do that.
Right there. Now, I'm not advocating adultery. However, in that particular group, them brothers committing adultery for one reason and one reason only. Anybody knows why? No, that ain't why. Go ahead, Tizapo, and bring it out.
Yeah, because there's a ton of homosexuals in there, man. So
that rod ain't going in them.
That's right.
She's seeing the rod going to bathe. She's seeing the rod at night. But that rod goes in somewhere else, and it's not in her. So she know what the hell to do. It's like the Christian church. The man wouldn't touch her. He rather go touch the tranny. I got the tape of that too, if you think I'm lying. I got the tape of that too. I got the tape of the tranny face.
Go ahead.
Nancy like it. That's so heavy too, because not him alone basically confessing to it, right? Remember what Khan just read also too. When the man took his woman to get a test. Why you take her to get a test? Because you think somebody in there laying tying fire to a woman's tail too, inside there. So you take her to get a test. You know what I mean? To see if them kids is yours. You understand what I'm saying? Like they for sure. They, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? They for sure in the Christian church.
Hey, Cat, I don't know. Did you see the other cat they call the Benjamin? To the part where, you know, when you kept telling the brother rewind and how he looked at the dude. Did you notice that?
He couldn't even keep a straight
like
face.
the eyes were saying, well, you like as if you're one of them, you know?
God damn. And if I can, they so carnal in there. They're so carnal minded. Like they don't even remember the cat. Remember the cat that dude Bishop Kanai stole from the ex-NFL player. They called. Listen, they called him the pocket.
Yeah.
Let's stop right there. They didn't say my brother or brother so and so. They called him the pocket. Now
they call him Money Bag. They call him Money Bag Yo.
Right.
That's what they call him. They call him Money Bag Yo.
Come on, man. Like this supposed to be a brother, but you making merchandise out of him by calling him the pocket. Now you imagine that. So if they call him the pocket, guess what they call a woman that's loose in up in there? They probably calling her grapefruit.
Didn't they have Salaki? Didn't they have something with a sister like that, calling her the blue waffle or something?
Thank you, brother. Now it makes sense.
No, the blue waffle thing was something made up. That shit don't even exist. But this was a broad who fell out of favor with them, and they turned the whole school on the girl. The disease that was supposed to be represented by blue waffle don't even fucking exist. But he made the whole school believe she had it to shame her because she was out of, I guess, quote unquote, out of order with him. But as you can see from this tape got some more where he went on to say how the girls keep it a secret, but the brothers come and tell when the girls go back with who they used to be with.
God damn.
Yeah.
He says some brothers just keep it moving, and some brothers come and confess that they was having sex with the girl, but now she back with whoever she was with before.
Wow.
Hold on, so just so nobody come and say a line. Let me just play that part.
And so like here too. Okay. This remind me of they remind me of, you know what I mean? You ever hear about if your car play, you dress good? Like I forget the saying in sport where
if you can't play good, look good.
Yeah, look good. And that's them. You know what I mean? And when I say look good, meaning like, you know what I mean, you have a player who will buy the most expensive boots, you know what I mean? Look different from the rest. And you would think he could play. when he can't play.
God damn, ain't that something?
Can't play.
Yep. That's it. Let me just play that part there and then we'll move on.
The
I don't want to
dude,
take up too much time
the
with
cops
it.
arrest him in the purple. He says some brothers, which means there's other brothers who ain't coming and confessing, but they
And like some brothers come and confess and let us know and get their spirit right.
Why if these is legal, lawful courtships, why are they confessing? Because they're committing adultery with brothers, women in there.
That's right.
Yeah.
But sister,
brothers in there come and confess and let us know and get their spirit right. Confess what? That I had sex with so-and-so's wife. You see, some brothers, which means there's other brothers who ain't coming and confessing, but they know they haven't.
So that, right? You did the whole tape. There's a ton of stuff. Listen, they'll get on the internet and tell everything out. You just have to listen, and they'll tell you everything that's going on in there.
And it's a lot, Cap.
Everything. There's a ton of adultery in there.
It's a lot, Cap. And the women gonna be telling it even more. Like that email right there, that just scratching the surface. They're gonna be coming out with even more telltales about what's going on, because what's going on in there, man, like that NDA is trying to keep them sisters suppressed up in there. It's trying to keep a lot of brothers suppressed up in there for what's going on.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So they in there, you know what I'm saying, pretending like, okay, yeah, we real men, we this and that. What you up in there doing all? You killing people up in there. You choking people up in there. You beating people up in there, man. That sister said that brother put her away unlawfully, and she was trying. And listen, this how honorable U.P.K. because that sister had called the school too. I want to say that. We were like, look, the brother can have you and that sister, but the sister was like, no, they can only have one wife in here. We said, well, that's unlawful, sis. He can't put you away. So what's going on? They're sleeping with women. They don't believe sex is marriage, so they sleep with women and then put them away. And then they have the one that got the marriage certificate. Then when they want to get another one, they just put her away. They divorce her. Look what that's doing to the family. Look what that's doing to the kids. You don't think about that. You understand? The U.P.K. is the home of the truth, man. We got rules in here. You break rules, you gonna be held accountable. Up in there, men don't get held accountable because they want their rank. You understand? But look at that character. It's gonna come out more and more and more.
That's the Catholic Church right there. That's the Catholic Church.
For sure. They black wing.
Yep. If I could, moving on. Let's look at we ran up on the time with these damn sodomites, but they're gonna be getting it every week until they disappear right now. Pause. You know what I mean? They're gonna be definitely getting, it's gonna be rough. It's you know what I mean? It's gonna be rough. So they better prepare everything they could do to defend themselves. But they're gonna be asked, they're gonna be, they're gonna be taken to task now. You know what I mean?
They better get their house in order. They better get their house in order. They should try.
Too late for that. They had to come with the excuse now. Too late for that. The house done, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Let's get this last story. That one with Target or Tajay, according to the Ghetto Fabulous. Tajay. Right? Let's see what Tajay talking about at this time of the year.
Come on. Target removes some LGBTQ merchandise from stores ahead of Pride Month after threats to workers. Target is removing certain items from its stores and making other changes to its LGBTQ merchandise nationwide ahead of Pride Month after an intense backlash from some customers, including violent confrontations with its workers. Since introducing this year's collection, we've experienced threats impacting our team members' sense of safety and well-being while at work, Target said in a statement Tuesday. Given these volatile circumstances,
we are making adjustments to our plans, including removing items that have been at the center of the most significant confrontational behavior.
And Salakia, and that's the proof too that the media, what the media doing is deceiving people into thinking that the majority of people is, for this type of lifestyle. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
We're clearly seeing that that is not the case. If that was the case, then Tiger would have been allowed to keep their stuff up. Nobody would be complaining. It wouldn't make the news. Go on, Salakia. You.
Target declined to say which items it was removing, but among the ones that garnered the most attention were tuck-friendly women's swimsuits that allow trans women who have not had gender-affirming operations to conceal their private parts. Designs.
Brother, listen, I don't condone violence and destruction of property. But I understand what that father in that picture did there as he has his daughter is shopping. That's a little too much. Well, listen, why not make a gay Target?
That's all.
You know what I mean? You make the gay bathroom. Why not just make the gay Target? I mean, this is a place where they could go.
And
know
call it Target, just like that.
Or a Target, or a section of the damn store that's just, for them. Like, why it has to be pushed in my face? You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Like, now, imagine having to explain to your daughter or little sister that she can't get that bath suit because she ain't got nothing to tuck. This is a tuck-friendly bathing suit, that's what they call it?
Come.
A tuck-friendly. Listen, Christ's gonna be a friend. Christ's gonna be a friend to the end, like Chucky. That's what you all need. You all need a good friend like Jesus Christ. He's gonna be a friend to the end, like Chucky. But this is ridiculous.
And so, like, this is for kids.
No, it's for kids.
So they have it for the adults and kids, sir.
Oh my God!
If I could, sir, and they usually put it at the entrance, so that way immediately you'll be able to see it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Man, where the garment department? Call your guy, man. Tell them how to make bad suit. U.P.K bad suit for them girls, so we ain't gotta go to Target and Ross and Marshalls or wherever else. We had to start do all this thing in-house, man, because they, damn. And now they had to remove it because people from all over is having a problem with it, especially in them southern states. They're having a problem with this shit and again, violent interactions with the staff. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Any more on the time, Kazak?
Yeah, come on, sir. The move comes as beer brand Bud Light is still grappling with a backlash from customers angered by its attempt to broaden its customer base by partnering with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney. Bud Light's parent company said it will triple its marketing spending in the U.S. this summer as it tries to restore sales it lost after the brand partnered with the transgender influencer. Target
and Salaki, I don't know if you all saw that. What's that dude named? Is it Kid Rock? Took a AR-15 and said, "This is what I think about your Budweiser," and start shooting up them Budweiser because of the whole alternative
lifestyle shit.
Yeah.
And
nobody said nothing about that. But
some of these oppressors, they ain't going for that. Some of these oppressors is not going for that. You're not going to tell them that they have to accept it. You're just not going to. You know what I mean? And of course, the business and the American business driven by the dollar. The brother Officer Hawa said Target apparently had a $9 billion loss. So after the losses, that's when they decide to move it to the back. So you see like that, like the LGBTQ community brings money into a business because, of course, they have great economic wealth. But then when the rest of the community start fighting back and not shopping or boycotting, they lose more money than the Pride community is bringing in. So now the Pride had to take a L. You understand? Like this could be done all over. This could be fully done all over. And now it don't matter who paying what and who's sponsoring what. We start separating from this place. We start doing it and costing them money. This place will change. They'll do something drastic overnight. I always say it. You sports people, you athletes, you really want to protest police brutality? Show up to the game 4 the finals and just sit down on the half circle and don't play.
Boy.
The referee throw up the ball for the tip off, let that bitch bounce till it can't bounce no more. Or just come down and bounce and roll off the damn court and you just sit down there. Play jacks. Somebody bring some dice or whatever and play jacks. You understand? Just sit there. You brothers in the NFL. You hot the ball hot, pull back the quarterback, and you'll just sit down and take a knee. And don't play for 4 quarters. And let's see how much money they lose. And if people don't press those in charge to press the police to lay off her.
That's right.
If people's boycotting Target make them move the rainbow arc. No, come on now. Move the rainbow.
Hey, you can.
Salak.
Go ahead.
I want to say one thing, Cap. Preaching also war. He said in the chat, he said, why is black people the face of slackness? Meaning like showing this right here. They got black people face right there. And I remember you posted a picture of the emancipation. I'm sorry, what is it? Juneteenth.
Juneteenth, yeah, that's another good one.
You had posted an image of Juneteenth, and they got 2 white people as the image of Juneteenth for free. So it's showing you how they the optics of this when it comes to they kind of include civil rights with being gay or black civil rights. So they put black people in this photo op. So it just shows you how they play their trickery, man, and what we got to be watchful for, man. You know what I'm saying? Because then they have a Juneteenth flyer, a Juneteenth banner, and there's no black person in sight. You can thank Martin Luther King for this. Thank Martin Luther King. When you see this in Target, thank Dr. Martin Luther King for this. Because this is what integration did for us right here. You want to know what this happened? You couldn't take pride in being black. When you said I'm black and I'm proud, that was too radical. Well, you take pride in bending over then. God damn it.
Listen, listen, this is why they're definitely doing it, because Pride Month, Juneteenth isn't Pride Month. So it's down there like the LGBTQ community envelope the black community. Added to that, the Negro Pride Week is this weekend. The White Pride Week starts June 1st. So this entire weekend from about Thursday this week all the way I think until just after Memorial Day is the Negro Pride Week. It's the Black Pride. So now you ain't black first, you LGBTQ, queer, P, whatever you are first. But the rest of the rainbow says you had to do that over there.
That's right.
And not here. But come June 1st, Pride gonna be lily white, just like Juneteenth.
Damn
you
right.
Understand? Pride gonna be lily white, just like Juneteenth.
I know the Lord live it, boy.
Hey, Captain.
Just real quick. Rainbow.
Just real quick, Captain. Right? You see how that community does not like to get bullied whatsoever. and there's consequences for when the world bullies them. But they could care less about them bullying everybody else. They could care less about how they affect everybody else with their tactics.
Right.
You know, they want the world to empathize with whatever they feeling inside and their identity crisis and all that, but care less about everyone else. That's why they can bully Juneteenth out the way and this out the way and whatever the hell you want out the way, because really, and nothing matters except them. The hell with everyone else. But thank be the Most High in Christ, that's soon coming to an end.
You're absolutely right, man.
Damn, look at
This
this.
is the
This
year.
the one right here, Captain.
June, yeah, that's it. That's it. Juneteenth.
Look at this. Look at this right here.
Upstate
Freedom,
celebration,
unity, and love.
Dang.
Now, all I had to say is, when you see us on the street talking about the Hebrew Israelites was black and in Egypt, and you Egyptologists like to come and say there's no proof of the Hebrews in Egypt and there's no record. This is how you get that.
That's right. That's right.
Brother, in 50 years, if Christ ain't back yet, the slaves in the textbooks is going to be white.
That's right. That's right.
They're all going to be white.
It's a lot, Cap.
So can you scroll that down so I can see the headline or what the way it says Juneteenth, Babu Kushar?
And Juneteenth ain't going to be nothing but like bobbing for apples. It's going to be, they're going to turn that into some ridiculous thing like some lacrosse competition. That's what Juneteenth going to be.
It's a Lakia. Out here, this was last year, I went to a Juneteenth celebration. Guess who was running it? Esau. Esau was collecting the tickets. Esau was running the show. It was on a ex-president's house, and they had a slave woman in the back who was supposed to be the cook, dressed up as a cook. Like she used to serve the president food, and had a black woman back there dressed up in some old maid outfit.
Some old antebellum clothing.
Yeah, some old antebellum, but she the cook. They got her in the back on Juneteenth. It's a Juneteenth celebration, and she in the back acting like I'm Miss Ann. I was the cook, and I used to serve the president lunch and dinner. And this is Juneteenth. They took over, man. Esau is a parasite.
Kapash, I'm gonna go here one more. In Brazil, they play the video game. In South Carolina, they're playing for real.
That's right. That's right.
They're playing this thing for real. F the game. We'll just go and take the shit over.
Yeah.
And you slave for real.
And it's almost to the point right now where they're trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do here. If they're trying to say that that putting having Juneteenth is giving these Negroes, too much of a history. If you understand what I'm saying, to the point where it's making these Negroes racist. So now that's what
they're trying to say.
Yeah,
that's what they're trying to say. They're trying to say Juneteenth is too much separate. Yes. And if we keep Juneteenth how it is, the generations to come is going to ask about it, which means it will never die that we was the oppressor. So now Juneteenth is not just for you, but it's for me. It's freedom, unity, and love.
Right.
Yep.
It's a love.
But the Holocaust, that ain't for everybody.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Not everybody could partake in the Holocaust. Them billions of dollars that go to Israel, don't nobody share that shit.
That's right.
If I could,
they're gonna put a Nazi on the fucking. Excuse my language. They're gonna put a Nazi on the cover. They're gonna put no German, no German face on the cover of whatever they're celebrating.
If I could, and they won't get charged. They won't get what the DeSantis be saying, the woke movement. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to stop the woke movement. They won't do that to the so-called, Amalekites, the Amalekites, but they will do it here. Hot, no woke nothing. So now they got to take over the narrative.
It's a lock. And if you use the word unity when a so-called Jewish man get money, it's like a cuss word. You better not use the word unity when they come to his people suffering. Like this right here. And like I said, I gotta say it again. Thank you, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah.
You have to thank him for this. Because we wanted to integrate. Well, and listen, and those Democrats, best believe the Democratic Party is throwing put this sign up right here. You better believe that, because them the Republicans don't give a damn about it. They open races. But they say, look, let's put Juneteenth up, let's give them some money, but we gonna control the advertising. We're gonna define your freedom. We're going to define your unity. And I can say this is one thing I can say about the LGBTQI community, even though they off on the left-hand side all the way. They show I can kind of understand and see the power of self-identification. Because what they do is they pick an identity. They've come up with a definition of it, and then they make everyone else accept that definition when it comes to them.
Right.
They say, look, this is what I am. I'm this. I'm they, or I'm them. And this is how I want to be respected. And they come together and they actually do it to the point where they put clothes in Target with a rainbow. How much more so are we God's chosen people that we can't self-identify who we are and our identity is true?
Right.
Like this right here goes to show you what goes on when you don't control your culture and you allow another people to come in and monetize off of your culture.
That's it
tell
right
you
there.
back your culture and then tell you what your history is.
Mm-hmm.
And when you try to speak the correct history, they say it's critical race theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kahan, you hit a good point there too with the money. You know what I mean? With that whole money scene. Because who knows the amount of money that been spent on that Juneteenth. And they, in their mind, they're missing out on a good portion of that money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
now they're trying to cut in and make that money.
Yeah.
It's a similar. Oh, just real quick. It's a similar narrative that they do to the tribe of Gad in those powwows. I remember when me and Kazak we had went to a powwow up in Upper Marble. You remember that? And then they had Edomites dressed up as Gad dancing in the powwows. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like they can't let Gad have theirs either. You know what I'm saying? Let it be, and soon the Puerto Rican Day will be marched by Edomites. Which is coming up soon. Let that come. And it'll be that.
Yep. Like he definitely a culture bandit. He's a culture bandit, and he ain't shame about it either. He's gonna take it. He's gonna take it because we ain't in a position to hold on to it. We don't have that power. It's sad to say and shameful, but that's the boat we're in. You know what I mean? So listen, man, we right up on the time. We way over the time. You know what I mean? This was good for another Saturday night. We're going to steamroll ahead. Join Command and Journey YAHANNA every Monday, 9 p.m. right here on America on Fire with his heavy-hitting crew. Monday night, 9 p.m. Hard Cooking Man in Israel. Clap it up, you know what I mean? Working hard to bring you all everything that the nation deserves, from the judgment to the council to the, economics to the food, to the the security, to everything that it takes to make a nation. He's doing the education, everything. You get the point. Pay your tithes, support the truth, send that 10% in. You know what I mean? It is a law. Don't be like the heathens, man. And you pick and choose when you want to do it and how you want to do it, man. Get down with the truth, man. Get down with Command and Journey YAHANNA and his soldiers. You know what I mean? We're gonna be back next week, Saturday, Lord allow. you know, weather permitting, back inside, you know what I mean, holding it down again on Saturday night. Again, thank you to the whole crew who always come out, Captain 9-5, holding it down there in the Carolinas. You all know it. You know what I mean? We have Captain Kahan holding it down in the full South, Mississippi, Texas, all over the place, Alabama. You know what I mean? Captain Ash holding it down for Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Honduras. You know what I mean? Captain Kapash, who is everywhere, all over the place. Indiana, Indianapolis in the house. Holding it down Midwest and all over the place too, helping out Ash, Dominican Republic, doing the whole thing. You know what I mean? And of course, because I'm holding it down, helping us all every week. Washington, D.C. Oh, man, listen, man, because you make the purple segment part. Some cat wearing a purple T-shirt with fringes come up to the camp today with Kazak in D.C. I could not believe it. I watched the damn show. I was like, this nigga ain't not to show the video on the internet because I ain't there. I'm checking to see what he doing. Guy come up with a purple shirt with fringes. Now, the shirt is not an I.U.I.C. shirt, but we're going to take it because only them wear that purple with the little tassels on the end or whatever you want to call it. By the time he finished talk to Kazak, he's asking for a knife to cut the shirt up, brother. I said, well, goddamn. Well, goddamn. Kazak, where he said he got the shirt from?
Concerts. He said that he himself is not affiliated with any group, but he said his son in New York sent him the shirt. So I don't know who his son is affiliated with.
I know who his son is affiliated with. Yeah, I mean, this shit ain't it ain't hard. You know what I mean? Y'all could go visit I.S.U.P.K. Washington, D.C. I'm trying to see if I could get to pull it up before we roll out. You know, y'all go visit I.S.U.P.K. Washington, D.C. I mean, it was an insane situation here, boy. It was, hold up. Just before.
That man set it back up, eh?
Progenitor of the 12. Book of Psalms, chapter 140 is the progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel. He had 12 sons, and those 12 sons had sons, and they had to us. Brother, you understand? Chapter 147. Look, this goes fast. The Bible says God showeth him. For those that may not know,
I think this might be the wrong one. I think it was the other one.
Brother, you understand?
Nah, he coming with it now.
Okay, yeah, this is.
Hold on. I'll have the brother cut it for you. Go ahead, bro. I'm gonna cut it for him. You understand? What you had? You had something, brother?
Okay. First, my middle name covers that whole board.
So, Kazak, why did he want to cut it off? You explained to him that that's not fringes.
Sir. He was, the brother was real humble. He came up, but he kind of thought he knew a little bit about something. And we just taught the brother, taught him like, okay, explain to him why we wore fringes according to the Bible and that everything that we do in the I.S.U.P.K. is biblical. And then after explaining to him, it's like, he was, started confessing about certain things he did in his past life. And it's like, brother, we all did things that's worse, but we came in here and became new men. And we got rid of that our old self and everything we thought we knew. And I was like, and the way you can start to show that in good faith is now, after I taught you and showed you what the Bible says fringes are and what a border is and how we're supposed to wear them, I was like, in good faith, saying what you should do is you should cut those fringes off that shirt. You understand? Because that's not how the Lord told us to wear fringes. And he was eager. Like I said, I told him he didn't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? I really did. It wasn't something that I, would think he would do. But I told him he had to do it. But he was adamant and he was eager to cut them damn tassels and fringes off that shirt.
So Lockie,
man.
That was spiritual.
That was real patient and real kind. You treat that brother like and treat that. The scriptures say, "Do not rebuke an elder, but treat him like a father." And you know, you treat this brother real right, and I know he respect you for that shit. You might have gained a soldier in, you know, the DC camp there with that thing there, brother. That was real right, real right. You know what I mean? Good job, good
Most
work on that. Good work,
right.
boy. I see I can start to go places now because I ain't had to worry.
Yeah.
Damn, I ain't had to sweat nothing because the next trip I go into the moon. Hell. But that was right, man. That was right. Once again, support the truth, man. We're doing a great work up in here. If we
offer in the right room, I offer.
If we ain't giving you physical food, you bet your bottom dollar, you know, you getting that spiritual food, man. That thing to, you know, change your life.
That's
you
right.
know what I mean? So with that, Lord Allah, we see you all next week, man. Live Saturday night. Holding it down.
All right.
Yeah,
That's right.
They killed. Give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my actions. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, saved facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new pair of bellows.
You'll see just how it